Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch. I'm going to tell you the truth about the play-in tournament so far. And then I'm going to, my next show will be the playoff preview. I'm trying to get my guy from the Knicks and my guy from the Nets to talk about their teams. I might try to get my guy from LA to talk about LA out there. So I want to make sure I got it all covered. But first, let's go back. I thought the most intriguing games, Miami, they got annihilated and they just look old and tired. And they killed them on the boards. And Young had 25, but it wasn't like a great 25. Um, he wasn't like his usual playoff self. But Murray was good. He had 18, but he was more efficient. And then Bay and Bogdanovich was fantastic. I just think that I think they're better than Miami. They're not going to do anything against Boston. I don't think they're mentally tough enough. They have the talent to make it a series. Nah, that's not going to happen. Miami, they're in trouble. I'm going to talk about the Bulls game, down 19, coming back against the Raptors. That was just fantastic. And Levine was great, 39 points and 6 rebounds. And he was hitting shots, going to the basket, getting fouled, not missing any free throws. Let me see what his free throw was. He was, they don't show it, but I don't think he missed any free throws at all. So he was really good. DeRozan was great as the second guy. Sometimes they can play off each other. So Levine's off. DeRozan will give you the buckets at the end of the game. And it's end game half court offense is the key to winning playoff games. If you are solid and smart and you're not getting empty possessions and you're getting the ball up at the rim, you have an opportunity to get the offensive rebound, but you also not turn the ball over. The other team runs and gets an easy basket that'll ruin you. That's what the Bulls did. And they chipped away. And they had what Toronto doesn't quite have yet. Vliet is usually good, but they D'd him up. You got and the unsung hero, I gotta say, was Patrick Beverly because he came in there and Caruso, and then the rest of those guys played some mean defense. Their defense was turned all the way up. You got those junkyard dogs like Beverly when he's under control and Caruso. That is a game. They're getting in a lane and they're disrupting Toronto, and they don't have pure shooters. So Siakam and Barnes not there yet. Barnes is going to be what Levine and DeRozan are, seasoned veterans that make baskets. He just has to keep working on that consistent jumper, and he'll be fine. Owanobi the same way. So they have guys that are still developing. I would keep that team. But they couldn't find baskets that Chicago found at the end of the game, and Levine did what he had to do. And even at the end of the game, Siakam gets fouled, and they miss 18 free throws, and he missed 2, and that was the end of the game. And Chicago's going to beat Miami. Miami, if they just wake up from the dead and beat Chicago, I'd be surprised. They're at home, but there was nobody there, Miami. I think the fans are like, you know what? Let's get some more talent. We don't have enough. Butler is aging a little bit. The guy will give you all he has. It's not there yet. No. Mm-mm. I got Chicago. And if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I am the biggest Miami Heat fan out there. They will sweep the Heat. If the Bulls get in with the way they disrupt and the revenge factor, the way they got beat up by the Bucks in a previous series, and Levine, if he's going to do that, and DeRozan's always going to give you solid mid-range buckets, and Vujovic can give you some inside baskets, and Caruso he's a champion, and you could tell he makes those championship defensive plays, and he'll hit a shot. He won't take shots he's not supposed to. He'll make the right passes. He makes the right reads. Beverly's not a champion, but if he plays under control, he could give Holiday a lot of trouble. But I'm ahead of myself. If Miami wins, that's a gift for the Bucks. If they don't, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I would pick the Bucks in 7. That series is going 7. I'll do my preview about the playoffs tomorrow. But the Lakers got a gift because they were just a mess. And then Minnesota got tired because McDaniels banged, and they self-inflicting wounds. Gobert played the role of an idiot. He was the village idiot, throwing a punch at Anderson. So now you don't have Gobert rim protecting and catching alley-oops off of the drive. You don't have McDaniels because he hurt himself punching the wall. So you didn't have him. You got rid of all your depth. Now you got Karl Towns and Conley, their main scorers, like, okay, guys, take me home, even though you're tired. And LA slept through with turnovers. LeBron James was tired. And AD was okay, even though Karl Towns was killing him for a while. AD got strong late. But the guy who won the game for the Lakers was Schroeder. He had 21 points, and all were big. Hitting 3 3-pointers, hit the big 3-pointer until Anthony Davis. It was a tired closeout. And he just kind of lazily went over there and fouled Conley. He made all three, went to overtime, and Minnesota had nothing left. So the Lakers got a gift because they were not going to beat OKC. They were going to go home early. And now to get Memphis, that's going to be a great series. I'll break that down my next show. But I had a bad feeling. I was rooting for New Orleans because I love Ingram. I had a bad feeling about this matchup because OKC, I'm going to tell you something about OKC. They're tough-minded. They're young. They're the youngest team in the NBA, but they don't do a lot of talking. And these dudes are business. They go about their business. Alexander is a good two-way player, and he's as good as you get. He's a young superstar. There's veteran superstars who are superstars, like the Currys and LeBron and AD and those dudes. And then there's young superstars. Edwards could have been, he's right there. He had a bad game against the Lakers. He's right there as far as a young superstar. But Gilgeous-Alexander is a young superstar. And Dort hit shots. New Orleans came on, took the lead. They're home, but they didn't have that extra guy to get them home. And then OKC just took over. Alexander, he scores a bucket that ties the game, and then he hits the 2 free throws that gives them the lead. No, actually, the biggest play of the game was Gilgeous-Alexander driving for the layup to give them the lead after a steal. And that was big. No, the steal and the layup by Gilgeous-Alexander with 1:40 left gives them 112, and then he makes another basket. And then Josh Giddey, he doesn't look like much. He looks kind of thin. He don't look that tough. He shows some toughness. He barked back at I believe it was Jones, and he was like, yo, you better cut that nonsense out. And he hit some big shots, made some great assists, played solid. Alexander finished it, and they were able to win the game by 3, and OKC is going to be a problem. I love Karl Towns. I know Karl Towns since the 9th grade. Love his family. God rest his soul of his mom. This is blind faith. This is not Ron Fitch, the expert NBA guy, and I'm breaking this down. I'm crunching numbers. I've been looking at the NBA all year. This is just a hunch. I think Minnesota's going to get this game. I don't have any facts because OKC, now they come at you, they're poised. OKC could be down 15, and they're going to come. Minnesota's going to have to play a complete game, and they're going to have Edwards has got to be great, or they'll lose. He's got to put up 36 tomorrow. It's not going to be easy because Dort guarded the heck out of Ingram. Ingram got points, but he made Ingram work. Ingram's slight built. So Dort's strength that's why Ingram missed the free throw and he missed the crucial shot. And their defense on McCullough was a little injured, cost them. If Zion Williamson would have played, New Orleans would have won, and I'd have picked New Orleans over Denver. But Zion said, I'm 99%. I'm not 100%. I'm going to do windmill dunks before the game. And I know that the teammates got to be like, come on, dude. You don't want to play? Next year, in the offseason, they got to have a heart talk with the team and Zion, and they got to have a commitment like, you got to play. I remember the Last Dance, Michael Jordan, they told him not to play at 86 when he broke his foot. He said, I'm going to play. If you want me to be a Chicago Bull going forward, I'm playing. I don't care about the chances I could be injured for life or whatever. I'm playing. And you see what he did in the series, even though they really didn't have much of a team, how much he gave the grade A6 Celtics trouble. But Zion, he's got to play. Got to play. Next year, he's got to play in the playoffs. They got, with Alvarado healthy, I would, and great coaching, they could make a run. They could be that next team, but OKC's the next team. Holmgren coming back next year. They are coming. And I don't know if Minnesota, they're going to have to get, I'm going to tell you right now, this is what Minnesota needs. They're going to have to get points. Prince has got to score. Alexander and Noel, they got to do what they got. And Conley, he got to get the same effort from Conley. And Towns going up against their front line, which is a tough front line. He's got to be good. But Edwards can't give you 9 points in 3 of 17. He's got to be great. I'm banking on Edwards coming back at home, being great, even though Dort is going to D him up. Edwards is strong enough to kind of get a better, because Herb Jones and Dort and Gary Payton Jr., and then I'll put Smart on the A- level, but those 3 are the A+ best defenders in the NBA. And he's going to have his handful, but he got to get the job done somehow if they are to win. If not, they're moving on. And the Williams boys, J-Dub guarding Karl Towns is the biggest matchup of that game. And he's going to have to put it on J-Dub. Now, Valanciunas was giving it to the front line, but he's a secondary guy. I would have, just for that one particular game, I just kept giving the ball to Valanciunas over and over and over, because every time he touched the ball, he scored. But it's Ingram and McCullough's kind of team. But for this one game, I would have kind of made a slight adjustment, say, let's just go inside a little more and more and make them kind of overreact and then get a couple more open buckets. I kind of did that, but Minnesota's going to do that because Karl Towns and Edwards are coming, but can't make any mistakes against OKC. They're a young team and they're seasoned already. They're fantastically coached, and they have a quiet confidence about them. That's the most dangerous guy. Like, the Grizzlies just talk a lot of junk, and they're really good, but they talk championship smack like they're there already. Oklahoma City plays hungry. I wouldn't want to play a team like that.